So I need y'all to understand what was going on inside my inner world. When I originally got sick, I couldn't understand how I got sick, especially with what I got sick with. Like it's a genetically engineered cancer that has never set right with my spirit. So I am diving deep into research, seeing how this could be, understanding the cancer more, understanding how this could, happen to someone who has never gotten sick, right? And so I was going deep because I feel like them doctors, the hospital, they did something to assist. But I feel like after all my research, you know how the government be playing with foods and proteins and stuff. Yeah. But after I was doing my research, I just felt like I was being watched. You know how if you go ahead and, Google certain stuff and go deeper and deeper, eventually you're going to be on somebody's watch list. But I really genuinely felt watched, uncomfortable, like there was something monitoring me now. I didn't feel that way before until after I started doing this research on where could I have gotten sick? How could this have happened to someone who does not ever get sick? And then for it to be a genetically engineered cancer? Yeah, I ain't like that. And this was when I was with that ex back in the day, that 3 year relationship. And of course, he ain't believe me or supportive. So it's like I used to I used to like cover my laptop like cameras and just cover everything because it just seemed that's where I started getting iffy because I just started to feel watched. And so then, I dealt with it for a while, but I knew my phone was there was something in my phone, okay? I done moved to my granny house. I done told her about it. I'm like, there is something in my phone. You know what the crazy part is? Like I restarted my phone, started it fresh. I just felt like whatever hacked into my phone, it was still there. So and at the time I had a note. That's when the notes was popular back then, like the Samsung Note. And so then I restarted everything, deleted everything. I wish I didn't because I didn't like back it up or save it anything. So all my pictures, all my memories, all that gone, wiped away. But it's like, I know I'm being watched, right? And so then I get a Apple device. So I ensure I have a whole new email, everything clean slate. Like I did create the email under my Wi-Fi, but I don't know. The same day I got the iPhone, tell me why immediately someone from Minnesota was trying to gain access to my phone. See, Android and iPhone different. iPhone will let you know, hey, somebody is trying to gain access to your phone. Android is like, oh, come on in. That's why I don't really dig Android like that. It's too open for my liking. And so I thought that was weird, and I feel like that validated my suspicions that there was somebody trying to hack me. And why? I don't know. I honestly don't care. I feel like I'm not doing anything too crazy or terrible. And because it's like how the same day I get this iPhone, new phone number, new email, new setup, new everything, and someone is trying to hack it from a whole nother state. Yeah, suspect, right? So that kind of ended up dying down. I'm paying it no mind. And then come year 2022, I believe it was the beginning of 2022, I had switched jobs from working from the insurance company to working as a case manager. Okay. But the thing is, that job was in a whole nother county, 30 minutes from my house. When I left my job, walked out of my job, I seen a drone. Okay. I seen it. I ain't paid too much of mind to it, right? So then I'm driving. I'm taking the highway. It's 30 minutes. It's a little distance. I get closer to my house. I see another drone. I'm like, is this drone following me? So then I detour. It detours. I stop. It stops. Then as I go towards my home, it goes towards like the backyard, but not my backyard. Like it's like across the street from my house, the back of my house. I feel like that's where the drone lowered. And it's like, is this thing following me? Like, why me? Like, am I tripping? I don't know. I ain't tell nobody I didn't take it serious, but I seen it. Because what? Now, I knew my journey was a little different. It really started after God had shown me that vision. The vision was it was something else. It was very powerful, let's just say that. And I didn't see how I could align, how I can be that, because that's not my direction. I just didn't see that being me. And so I'm still, again, working on myself, trying to heal, become better. And during that time, God would send me messages like, a lot of people depend on you. Like, he kept saying, people are going to die if you don't do what you need to do. And that caused a lot of pressure in me. And it's like I could not do what everybody else did. And that was the most frustrating part. It's not like I do crazy stuff or outlandish things, but it's like, oh, smoke and get high here and there. Or have a little drinky drink. Or eating the way I want to eat. Or just allowing myself to, just be distracted, so to say. He said that's not an option for me. He said people's lives are dependent on this. This again was back in 2019. Pressure, right? It was a lot of pressure that I was undergoing at that time. So it was easy doing what I was asked at first. It made sense. Things was becoming easier. Okay, got you. I'm trying. There was a point, again, here we are back in 2021, where it just became very difficult for me to do what it was asked of me, or because I've allowed myself to get sidetracked. I allowed myself to get off course, again, listening to tarot. And I reverted back to doing things that I was advised not to do. And I'm like, okay, God, like, why? Like, you telling me people depend on me? Who am I? Who am I? Okay, what can I do? Right? Literally, what can I do? You saying people are dying and it's my response. Like, what can I do? And God was speaking to me, like, God, again, he speaks to us in different ways. And back in 2021, I was using numbers heavy to receive messages from God, right? And not just the 1111 all that other stuff, like license plates and whatever. Now I'll keep track of it in my phone, and I'll go to my site that I always go to check numbers, because I feel like that site aligns with me. And I remember having a number specifically, I forgot what it was at that time, but it was basically like a warning, like I need to get my stuff together, right? I need to get my stuff together, or I'm just gonna plummet, basically. And I kept seeing a number, same message, whatever, and I would save the message in my notes in my phone. And so again, I did not take heed to the message because I was just so overwhelmed and filled with so much pressure. It's just, I'm exhausted, I'm tired, I don't want to do this, I don't know what it is, why, how I got to do it, anything, but this is too much. I just want to hang, I just want to relax, I just don't want to think about none of this, I'm tired. Okay, and so then I ended up messing up. I felt it going off this course. I knew it. I knew I was just right. And I kept seeing the same number. And that's how I knew, okay, these numbers is making sense. They're following track with me, because that same number that he kept using as a warning for me, then I kept seeing afterwards, I go back to my site and it's a whole entirely different meaning. Like, basically tell me, well, I did what I did, but now it's only up from here. Basically, overall, it's like, well, you didn't take heed to the warning, but that doesn't mean that it's too late to get your stuff together.